Hello, I'm Indianola Community School District Superintendent Art Sadoff, giving you another Return to Learn update. And today I have with me Transportation Director Ron Swartz to answer some questions specifically about transportation as we return to learn. Thanks for joining us today, Ron.
Thanks, Eric.
I know we have a couple of days in at Irving now and things are going smoothly. Talk to us about some of the emphases in getting ready for the school year, and then if there are any kind of COVID-19 specific things, maybe you could share that too.
Yeah, right now we are routing our regular ed students after we have Irving's routes all set up. Um, with the COVID-19, there's going to be some new guidelines out there. I'll just kind of run down through them right now. That the bus driver will have a face covering on when the students are getting on and off. If he's out of the driver's seat, he will need it on. Right now, the seat behind the driver will be empty. The, the buses will be disinfected every post trip. So when they come in, we'll disinfect them, and so they're ready for when we go out again. Students will be required to wear a face covering on the bus, and there will be 2 students assigned to each seat. And everyday riders will have an assigned seat, and then we'll have a section of the bus where your 1 or 2 day a week students will be riding on it or be sitting there. For the time being, we're just having registered riders ride. There will be no bus passes for like birthday parties and things like that after school, at least for the first quarter till we get things straightened out. And then the buses are being divided into elementary, middle school, and high school zones, so we try to keep the schools a little bit separated. And siblings can ride together, daycare centers can ride together or sit together in the seating. And then also this year we have our buses are seat belted equipped, so they will be in seat belts this year, which will be new for some of them because we're just getting we're just getting converted over when this all hit last March. So that's where we're at right now, and it'll all work out.
Great. I know some of the things I heard you say go right along with what we're trying to do within the schools too, not mixing different groups of students, trying to cohort, separate by grade levels or siblings, that kind of thing. So those are some of the things you can do on a bus, which is a fairly confined area, but still help mitigate that spread. I heard you mention seatbelts, Ron, and as you said, we were one of the very first in the state last spring to begin that process of getting seatbelts on all of our buses. The law requires that new buses purchased have to have seatbelts, but we actually went back and retrofitted all of our buses. Is that process complete?
It's complete. We have 3 buses, I think it is, that do not have them, but they're the ones we're trading off next year. And there are old sub buses which will be just used for town routes. So yes, and the seat belts are a good thing for us because one thing, it's safer for the kids in the bus. You know, if something were to happen, it'd be have them seat belted in. And the other thing, it's great for student management on the bus too.
That's a really good point. We know if there were an accident that they'd be safer with a seatbelt, but one of the bus management things I know from past experience, I had a bus license for 20 some years and got to drive some routes. Sometimes little kids want to be in and out of the seats a lot, and that can be a distraction for the driver. But also in this time of COVID-19, when we're trying not to have people mix more than we have to, and we're trying to have physical distancing, that's really a good tool to have those seatbelts in all the buses. So I appreciate hearing that. That's a great safety thing for our parents and our kids. Well, I think for everything I've seen and working with you through the years, Mr. Swartz, as always, you have a great plan and things are going well. But if someone does have a question or a problem, or you need them to contact you about something, what's the best way for them to reach out to our transportation department?
We have a phone number. It's 515-961-9592, and that's 24/7. You can just leave a message on that. We use that for if your student's not riding or will be riding. We look at that every morning when we come in, so if that's a good tool if you want to get a hold of us. Also, my email is on the website, so you can do it that way too.
Great. Let's hit that phone number one more time, 515-961-9592.
Yep.
Okay. And, we definitely try to be responsive to people. We appreciate everybody's understanding, cooperation. I have to compliment the community being very understanding as we try to figure this out, do the best we can. We are off to a great start at Irving, and we definitely are trying to be safe and mitigate on the bus and everywhere else. So I'll just take this opportunity to publicly thank Mr. Swartz and the Transportation Department. I often say I would put our Transportation Department up against anybody's. We have great drivers. They take very good care of our buses. They care about the kids. And there's nothing more important than transporting our kids safely to school. So thanks for the opportunity to share a little bit today. And as always, reach out if you have questions or comments.